Welcome back to KTN News Center. We head back to the Milimani Law Courts where the hearing of the murder case of Sharon Otieno continues. So we listen in live.
To whom does the fifth signature belong? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 5, which is here, I can show you.
That is PC Simon Buria.
Just a minute. See, that's a confusion.
Another 4th signature. No, the 5th.
The second signature of entry number 3.
It says entry number 1, 2, 3 belong to him.
My lady, it's not OB. That is why it's important.
Entry, no,
it's
entry.
not 1, 2, 3. We are looking at the column for signatures, not the OB entries, because the OB entries are different. So, the column for signatures.
Because I'm reading from the section that the second signature of OB number 3 is not that. It belongs to PC of Omol.
Omol.
He had said Omol, but now he's saying it says.
No, my lady, can the court be able to see, because the OB number 3, 1, 2, 3 is Omol, but it's appearing as number 4 in what he's being told to explain. So that's why I was asking.
It's appearing. Your lady, it is a 4th signature.
Yeah, 4th signature.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes, 4th signature.
Let's look at 1, 2, 3, 4. Unless we have the different.
It's the same.
1, 2, 3, 4. Those are my signatures.
Yes. So 5.
Professor,
yes.
So that we avoid confusion.
Yes.
We could lay a foundation for so that it is clear what that the
Yes, yes.
Are they against the entries or?
Yes, they are. I'm trying to break down the question so that when I get to the question, the main question, he's able to explain the relationship between the signatures and the entries. That's why I want to start with the signatures first, then I go to the entries.
Because if the signatures are not directly against the OB entries,
yes.
Yes, my lady.
So
yes.
I can connect the two.
Was connecting the entry to the signature.
Yes. So, PC Okoth.
Yes.
I'm on the 5th signature, which is entry number 3. It's across. It's the 5th signature. It is across entry number 3. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is it 3 or 4?
4.
OB3. 3. Entry reads to Shukusa.
Shikusa. Who made that entry?
That was PC Omol.
Exactly. And is the one who signed against it, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now let's look at the next entry, entry number 4. Who made the entry number 4?
Who is this guy?
You're referring to the entry, yes, the entry number 4. Who made the entry number 4?
That was PC Simon Mburi.
You're right, it's better that way.
Now entry number 5. Who made entry number 5?
Which one?
Entry number 5 at 14:30.
That was PC Peter Koros.
You refer to another officer who made entry number 6. Which officer was that?
That was PC Peter Koros.
And the next entry, number 7?
That is handing over of PC Simon Buria.
Now, in the course of Yes, Your Ladyship.
I'm just wondering, he's talking about the entrance, the signatures against the entrance?
Yes. Yes, signatures against the entries.
Because I see from his evidences was indicated that the sixth signature
Is Peter Cross.
the sixth and seventh
Yes, Peter Cross.
That's it, correct.
from his evidence is
That's what I'm trying.
Yes, my lady, that is where there was confusion. That is why he's not making it easy for us to be able to flow. Because now our senior is going the entry and the signature. This is now okay. The other one was some confusion. And that is where I brought it out.
So, Your Ladyship, I'm just going to entry number OP 6 and 7, which were made at 18 hours. That is 6 p.m. and 7 p.m., 19 hours. Now, at 19 hours, who made...
OP entries number 6 and 7 were made by?
Can you answer? 6 and 7. Who made number 6? Yes, to confirm. Okay.
Number 6 was made by PC Peter Koros.
And number 7?
Number 7 was made by PC Simon Mburia.
So during the day, PC Okoth confirmed that there were 3 other officers at the station. Are there 3 or 4?
Your Honor, most of the time at Kadel Police Post, I being the senior most police constable, I was used to being left at the post while other officers go on duty outside. So there's no question of saying that all police officers were present at the post.
Just answer the question, please. Can you confirm to the court that during the day from the 3rd, the day of the 3rd of September 2018, there were 3 officers at the post?
By the time of receiving the report, there was no any other officer apart from him.
Answer the question. You have confirmed that different officers made entries in the OB. You have referred to PC Koros, you have referred to PC Mbudia, and you have referred to another police constable, 3 others. Is that correct? Were there 3 other officers at the station with that?
No, Your Honor.
Very good. But you, in as much as the 3 were not there, you have confirmed that they signed against the OBs.
Your Honor, if you look to OB number 3, PC Omol signed the current book, but he was heading to Shikusa Post Institute in Kakamega.
The police post, that's the question, was he? Were they signing through their spirits?
He made an entry and left to Shikusa Post Institute, so he was not at the post.
So 3 other officers came in, signed, and left the same.
You can make an entry at the occurrence book and you proceed on duty elsewhere.
All this time, PC Okoth, you were at the station, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you started working at the station on the 2nd in the morning?
I used to stay at the post throughout the day.
You could work for 24 hours, 48 hours, 36 hours, 72?
24 hours.
Throughout?
Throughout.
presume that you keep the occurrence book, do you?
The occurrence book is at the Cadell Police Post, though I did not carry it to this end.
I'm saying you normally keep it. Is it usually in your custody, or it is available to other officers anytime?
The occurrence book is kept for 10 years, so it can be available if need be.
Saying, where is it kept at the station? Where is it kept?
At the station.
Which part of the station? Where is it kept at the station? Is it on a desk, front desk, or in your office?
There are cabinets where the occurrence books are kept.
Very good. Now, suddenly, and let me just confirm, now that you stay for 24, 48 hours, how far is your house from the actual police post at Cadell?
By that time, while in Cadell, part of my house was being used as a report office.
So you lived inside the police post?
Yes, Your Honor. By that time.
At that time, you were living in the police post?
Yes, Your
You
Honor.
were actually in the station?
I was at the post.
Now let me go to the events of the third night. Now that you had worked on second, making entries, then other people come and make entries and they leave as you told the court. And then suddenly at 9 o'clock you are available for a report, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Suddenly, others have given the report the whole day, but at 9, this your court is available to receive this report. Why are you aware that a report will be brought to you? Why are you aware that this gentleman called, the gentleman who reported to you, Kennedy Kasera, would come to you at night? Were you aware?
I was not aware, Your Honor.
You said what was the color of the vehicle? Of the throw box that you used? What was the color?
It was white in color.
But he had parked a distance from the office.
It was next to the office.
He had parked next to the office. So
Yes,
you could
yeah.
see him clearly.
I could see it clearly.
You could also see Kasera.
He came in the office and I saw him clearly. He was the first person I talked to.
And then you talked to the victim after that, to Barak.
I also talked to the reportee.
But you said and confirmed to the court that you were only using solar lighting for purposes of lighting at the station, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Was that overhead lighting or lighting on the table?
It was indoor lighting.
Indoor lighting.
Yes, Your Honor.
But it still allowed you to see outside, correct?
The vehicle was just next to the office, so I
Just
could
next
see
to
it
the office.
clearly.
Now, which is easy then? What trouser color was the victim wearing?
What?
What trouser color was the victim wearing?
I don't remember the color.
But there was light still, right?
I don't remember the
What
color.
about his shirt? What was the color of the shirt?
I don't remember.
His socks? You know the color of his socks?
I don't remember the color of the clothes.
But his trouser was torn, correct?
There was blood.
And you forgot to record PC that he was injured in the palms. But now you tell the court he was injured in the palms. Did you record in your statement that he was injured in the palms?
I didn't capture that, but he was injured on the palm and knees.
Now you went on to close the occurrence book the next day. That was on the 4th, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
What time did you close the occurrence book on the 4th?
The occurrence book is not closed, but it is opened.
You stayed at the station the previous night, the next night, and then closed the occurrence book or opened it at 23:58 the next day when you're recording the weather report. Correct?
The occurrence book is not opened. The weather report is the last entry in the occurrence.
It is written here, opened. That's what you've written. Is that your writing? The last two recordings, are those your writings?
It is opened but not closed.
It is kept open.
Yes, Your Honor.
So when did you stop working? When did you leave work? On the 4th you opened again, and it seems you are still recording.
I made the last entry in the occurrence book, that's OB number 10, 23:58 hours, reading the weather report.
Sorry?
I made the last entry in the occurrence book. That was 23:58. The weather report was the last entry for 3rd of September 2018.
As the head of Cadell Police Post, 23:58. The following day, he's there from 2nd, he's there for 72 hours. 2nd, he goes on the whole day, the next day. So, a very strong man. Do you even change? Did you ever have a chance to change into new clothes, to continue working, or you just stay in the same clothes?
Your Honor, since I was the senior most at the Cadell Police Post, most of the time I was in civilian, but I remained at the post. When other officers go out for patrols, I could remain manning the post.
Did they ever come back?
So the matter of changing clothes does not arise.
Did they come back? Did they come back?
Yes, Omolo took a prisoner to Sukusa Post Institute, and he came back after 3 days.
Did you maintain a duty roster at Cadell Police Post?
There was a duty roster.
But you are the one constant figure in the station, signing every part of the OB at will, correct?
My lady, I object to that. My learned friend is now going beyond what cross-examination is, because that is misleading. The officer has not been signing every OB entry at will. He has just demonstrated that there were other officers who were also signing. I do pray that courtesy be accorded to the witness.
I'm just beginning.
No, courtesy needs to be accorded, and respect.
I'm extremely courteous, as always.
Respect.
As always. Historically courteous. Your Honor, if I move to the next question, I will ensure that the officer, if you count PC Okoti, how many of your signatures appear in the current book?
There are 8 signatures, Your Honor.
Out of how many? 12.
2, 3, 4.
Out of 13.
A score of 8 out of 13. Isn't that a good performance?
Your Honor, you may have a duty roster, but police work matters.
Do you have the duty roster? You don't have.
I don't have a duty roster here.
Did the officers come back? The ones who went to do other things, did they ever come back?
Yes, they came back.
Do you capture when the policemen come back?
Yes, Your Honor.
Let me leave that area and go back to your statement. PC Willie Okoti,
Yes, Your Honor.
from your testimony in court today, You seem to have skipped a number of occurrences in your statement. Is that correct?
No.
Look at your statement. Did you capture in your statement that Barack Obado Opio sustained injuries in the palms and knees?
My lady, I don't know what to say anymore. And I expect our senior counsel to totally respect the procedure of this court and the directions that you gave yesterday. Totally, I am sincerely disappointed with him. You told him yesterday 2 wrongs do not make a right. And again today, he has done the same thing. I am totally disappointed with him, knowing the Fourth Estate is here and this thing is being televised. I'm totally disrespected for mentioning a name that we should not mention, agreed by all of us yesterday. And my lady, I'm totally disappointed.
The witness
doesn't matter.
Referred to the name.
No, he said reportee.
No, yes, referring to the reportee.
See, the problem is that the statements they didn't redact.
We agreed that, my lady, and you told him yesterday 2 wrongs do not make a right. In all honesty, my lady,
I will not mention the name.
No.
They know.
No, we don't.
No, we don't have.
We don't.
My lady, but they know.
Let me add my voice to this.
They
I
know.
have had a problem with what is called protection of witnesses here for a number of reasons. One, there has never been a conference where, as between the defense and the prosecution, at least I have been told, these are protected witnesses. I have never had any meeting. Number two, at least in all the statements given to me, all the statements, there are only 2 statements where the particulars at the top, the name, the address, those particulars have been removed and by hand is when they are protected witnesses. But there's no formal communication. So we are supposed to use intuition, so to speak. And I understand the frustration of my learned colleague, but I think there must be a concession that there is a sense in which the question of protection is supposed to be handled in a fairly cavalier manner. Because when you're on your feet, the prosecutor knows this. You are looking at a statement and you want to ask a question, a particular line, it requires a complete presence of mind. Speech is very strange and you're making a speech. We all have there's actually a name in the statement. So when you pick that line, chances are that you may inadvertently read the statement to the witness as it is, without necessarily being deliberate about the need to uncover. I understand the prosecutor's frustration, but I think to an extent, the authorship of this misfortune began quite a while back by the way in which the prosecution and investigation handled the question of protection of witnesses. I can tell you for a fact that when you look at the so-called protected witnesses, even in their state where the name is removed, when you read the statement, even if you are a stranger as I am to Homa Bay and Migori County where this event is being narrated, I can pick the identity of the witness, even from the state where only the name is removed. It tells you the cavalier manner. You remove the name from the particulars, but the mother's name is there, the father's name is there, the company where he works is there. What are you protecting? You would as well have left the name up there and kept reminding us as he's doing that those are protected. So there's a sense in which the prosecution and investigation function handled the issue of protection much more cavalierly. And I can understand the professor of his speech that it's very easy.
Can I say this? This is a man we see on.
All right, such an intense session right there with the prosecution team questioning why the defense team keeps on mentioning the name of witnesses. That the prosecution team says that are protected witnesses, giving them that vulnerability. And so the defense team is saying that they do not have a list of some of the witnesses who've been protected, whose names should not be mentioned in this case. So that is what has been happening for the better part of the second part when we came back, when the defense team was cross-examining the police officer from Homa Bay County who had gotten report from a reportee that he was abducted by people he didn't know, but he secured himself by jumping from the vehicle. Allow me to take a short break here on KTN News Center, but when we come back, we shall continue with that murder trial case of Sharon Otieno, who was murdered in September 2018. But then Cecilia Kesho-Maduva is coming up next with Law Mashinani to continue with an in-depth coverage of that murder case, the IBC selection panel, and also the Kiambu by-elections that are happening today, Mugugamini Ward polls, and also the Kiamba constituency by-election. My name is Brenda Zederadido. It's a wrap, and thank you so much for joining us for the last 2 hours, and thanks to the men and the women behind the scene who've made News Center a success, including my colleagues in Kiambu County who are giving us an in-depth coverage for the by-elections that are happening there. Enjoy the rest of your viewing.
This is KTN News. Are creative. They can really dazzle with words, and the people around them love the way they write. That is why at Sour Soap, we are giving all Class 6 and 7 kids in all public and private primary schools in Kenya a chance to dazzle Kenya with words in the Sour Creative Writing Competition. Just write a creative 200 to 300 word essay titled Colors in Life and share it with your English class teacher. The best essays in each county will be rewarded with goodies from Sour Soap. And the best 5 essays in Kenya will get a 3-day fully paid trip to Mombasa, lots of goodies from Sour Soap, and have their essays featured nationally. For more information, visit us online at pwani.net/sour-essay/ and talk to your English teacher. Terms and conditions apply. Get an aerial decoder at 999 shillings plus 1 month free classic bouquet and satellite dish at 2,699 shillings plus 1 month free smart bouquet.
Star Times. Enjoy digital life.
Yes, habari mzuri yero. Najua unataka ongelesha mimi, iko mambo mingi sana ya kueleza mimi. Lakini kwanza
Burudisha wapigaji simu na Masai Bumps clip leo kwa kubonyeza *811 *898 hash. Sisimua gumzo na skiza. This is KTN News.
Then my colleagues can then proceed as they want. He has been under protection, and I agree maybe he could have made some comments prior to. We placed him under protection. But once the Witness Protection Agency got that order, my lady, and that's been almost 2 years ago, he is now a protected witness. Let justice just take its course, my lady, and I do apologize for that. Those were issues we discovered later after the statements had been handed over. We will perfect in future. And I just pray, please, the Fourth Estate is here. My lady, we continue doing what we have to do in the interest of justice. The family of the deceased is here, looking upon us to do the best that we can. We are not perfect, my lady, but I'm praying that we be allowed to do the best that we can.
Thank you.
I will not mention any names.
So for purposes of these proceedings, that person will continue to be tracked as a proceeding.
Yes,
But for future proceedings, in view of the importance of protection according to witnesses, there's a senior person who are doing. It is important that you also educate the defense. If that has not been done, who the protected witnesses are, and you take the necessary measures, you liar, so that in the next proceedings there will not be this kind of scenario.
So So we've had this conversation, maybe because Mr. Ojenda just came in late. He was instructed, I think, for this session. We had Mr. Fred Gatia on board.
Fred Gatia
was previously. Maybe that is why we didn't have this serious conversation with him. And I'm just praying, my lady, that you direct the Fourth Estate not to put the name in the newspaper, just for record purposes.
They put a lot of things in the leadership that are not part of the proceedings. I had intended to make an earlier application, but I thought to delay the process. But your leadership, there is an acknowledgement of one wrong. I was asleep, and we will not repeat the name. I think the learned friend should just keep carry on. And next time redact the statement, then we'll have no problem. I will not mention it.
The issue that I have noted is that there is an admission that most of the statements were supplied to the defense before that redaction was done. So that is what I was alluding to when I was saying that you should bias the court and question and the prosecutor, because you are officers of the court.
It's okay.
You have a duty to assist in the administration of justice, so that you bias and do what needs to be done, so that these lapses do not occur in the regular practice, in the lecture process.
But that's okay. I may proceed then, Your Lordship.
And the media, I direct you that that sleep by senior counsel newspaper, Otieno, to refer to it as he has acknowledged that it is, it should not be reproduced in your reporting.
Thank you, my lady.
I'm most obliged to Your Lordship. Yes. PC Okoth confirmed that you did not capture the injury to the palms in your report.
It was not captured.
That's all. Now also confirm, PC Okoth, that you did not capture other specific details in the report. The details touching on the identity of the reportee and of the victim at the time of the report. I just want to...
Could you specify the features, please?
You cannot recall what clothing type the people who reported had that night.
I don't remember that clothes.
But you can recall the color of the motor vehicle in question, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, at what time approximately did this vehicle pull into Cadell police station? What time was it?
It was at about 9 p.m.
And you told the court that you were alone because other officers had gone to other duties and had not reported back. Is that right?
I was alone in the office.
Now the OCS Kindubei then came and took the reportee to hospital, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you capture the arrival of the OCS Kindubei in the OP?
I did not make that entry.
What time did the OCS arrive at Cadell Police Post?
Your Honor, it took about 25 minutes.
Would I say that would be at about 9:30?
About 9:25.
About 9:25. But you did not capture that. That was not necessary.
I did not make an entry in the occurrence book.
And you told the court that you used your line to call the OCS. Is that correct?
Repeat your question.
You used your personal telephone to call the OCS.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have an official line at the police station?
By then it was not there.
Do you have in court with you a record that shows that you called the OCS?
I don't have a record.
If you recall, how long was that call? How long did it last? This is important. How long did the phone call last?
What?
How long did your phone call with the OCS last?
I just informed him that there's an immediate matter to be attended to. So he should come immediately.
You are not aware whether this reportee or where this reportee was treated. That you don't know, right?
I did not follow up the matter.
So you did not bother to follow up the matter again. And that's why your report ends at the report, correct?
Because I was not the investigating officer.
When the reportee told you he had jumped off the vehicle, did he tell you at what point or where he jumped off the vehicle?
He did.
How far is Mr. Kasera's home from the police station?
Approximately 1,000 meters.
1,000
kilometers.
About a kilometer. But it is common practice that when an injury or when a person reports to the police station and when they seek treatment, they would come and request for a police abstract, correct?
Request for what?
A police abstract.
It was not necessary.
Even where there's an injury reported?
When there is an injury, the P3 forms are filled, not an absent.
Very good. Did you have occasion, or as the omnipresent person at Cadell police station, did you fill the P3 form?
I did not fill the P3 because I was not investigating the matter.
Are you aware, or would you know if a P3 form was issued?
I'm not aware, Your Honor.
But you consistently recorded the weather every day.
That is the last entry in the current book. It should reflect the weather report.
More important than a victim injured from an event, an important event, correct?
Your Honor, that is now a different matter. The weather report must be indicated on the last entry.
I'll be a bit brief with you. I'll be very brief with my questions. Maybe the answer may have been given earlier, maybe I didn't get it right. Just clarify for me. What time did you report on duty on 3rd of September 2018?
I reported on duty 6 p.m. in the morning. 6 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, thank you. 6 a.m. in the morning.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. That's when you reported on duty. When did you leave duty on that day?
While at the post, I was on duty throughout.
So from the okay, let me just get it right so that I don't want to badger you, and I just want to get something clear to me. Upon reporting on duty at 6 a.m. on 3rd of September 2018, when did you next leave duty? I think that is safer for both of us.
That is making just an end in the OB for the following day.
No. Just like when did you leave? I mean, when did you leave duty next? You see, today you are not on duty, isn't it? At least we know today you are not on duty because you are here in Nairobi.
No, I'm on duty here.
I'm talking about at the police post.
Yeah, I'm not at the
That's the point. So I just want to know the same thing. You have reported on duty at the police post at 6 a.m. on 3rd of September 2018. It's you who knows the length of time, but when did you leave duty?
According to the duty roster at the Kareli Police Post.
Na bila shaka mtazamaji, hizo ni picha za moja kwa moja kutoka mahakama ya Milimani ambapo shahidi Willy Okoti ni afisa wa polisi wa kituo cha polisi cha Mawego katika kaunti ya Homa Bay hapo akitoa ushahidi wake. Mojawapo ya taarifa zetu kuu ambazo tunazifuatilia kwa karibu hapa leo mashinani mtazamaji, lakini kumbuka macho yote yanaangaza kwenye chaguzi ndogo za eneo bunge la Kiambaa na vile wadi ya Muguga. Wanahabari wetu wako ange kabisa, Chris Thairu na Emmanuel To wako maeneo haya ya Kiambaa na vile katika wadi ya Muguga tuko na Jeff Kirui. Kwa sasa tutakuwa tunaanza moja kwa moja kutoka huko Kiambaa ambapo tupate picha za moja kwa moja. Naarifiwa kwamba Karimi Njama ambaye ni mgombezi wa kiti cha Jubilee yuko pale anaelekea kupiga kura yake katika eneo bunge hilo la Kiambaa. Kumbuka yeye na mgombea wa kiti cha UDA ni wale ambao wamesemekana kuwa kama fahali wawili kwenye uchaguzi huo mzima, na moja kwa moja basi tutakuwa tunaelekea huko ili kupata picha hizo ambapo nilivyokueleza anaelekea kupiga kura yake. Na tutakuwa tunaelewa pengine kwenda mbele hali ni ipi. Awali tuliona baadhi wakizozania kuhusiana na shughuli nzima ya uchaguzi.